Okay, guys, I want to share my thoughts on sleep and how I think what to do if you can't get sleep at night. So, a lot of people give you advice that I think, like, we almost know too much now about sleep and how good it is and kind of what goes on and how to perfect sleep. And, people say stuff like, oh, get out of bed if you can't sleep, and only go back to bed when you're tired and stuff like that. Or they'll be like, people try and complicate stuff too much because they almost know too much about sleep. And my experience of not going to sleep is the minute I start reacting to it, that's where problems start. So, maybe I'll get up and do some stretching because I decide I can't sleep, or I'll turn on a podcast while I go to sleep, have my phone in my room. It's just, honestly, I think the best thing to do is just to lay there in the dark. And Alex Hormozy was saying this, like, you'll get 90% of the benefits if you just do that. The minute you start fucking around with sort of stretching yourself or having, just all that kind of bollocks, it's just like, just lie in bed, let your body sort of relax. It's going to do something, right? And the other thing is that not only that, but it's also going to stop you stressing out about how you're not sleeping. Because you just think, well, I've got no choice whether I'm awake or not, I've just got to lie here. So that's what you end up doing. And then you'll go to sleep, most likely, because your body will be like, okay, alright, for fuck's sake. So it's not a very nice answer. Because no one wants to just lie in bed when they're awake. It's awful, guys. But if you really want to sort of sleep really well, I think that's the best way. I think what this does is it just distracts your sort of worrying minds. If you're like me, you've got a bit of a worrying mind. And a lot of these sort of sleep things, like, that I just described, it's just too much. Like Matthew Walker's book, fantastic information. I'm sure he's very well backed up, but it doesn't really help me to know that shit because it just makes me more anxious about sleep. So, yeah, I mean, if you ever have this problem, just accept that you're gonna have to stay there and just chill in your bed, and you'll be amazed by how sort of once you accept that, it's kind of like, okay, fine. So I hope that helps.